Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 6, Book 60, number 250. Narrated by Ibn Jurayj. Ya'ala bin Muslim and Amr bin Dinar and some others narrated the narration of Said bin Jubair. Narrated said, while we were at the house of Ibn Abbas said, ask me any question. I said, O Abu Abbas, may Allah let me be sacrificed for you. There is a man at Kufa who is a storyteller called Nauf, who claims that he, Al-Qadir's companion, is not Moses of Bani Israel. As for Amr, he said to me, Ibn Abbas said, Nauf, the enemy of Allah told a lie. But Ya'ala said to me, Ibn Abbas said, Ubay bin Kabi said, Allah's apostle said, once Moses, Allah's apostle, preached to the people till their eyes shed tears and their hearts became tender, whereupon he finished his sermon. Then a man came to Moses and asked, O Allah's apostle, is there anyone on the earth who is more learned than you? Moses replied, no. So Allah admonished him, Moses, for he did not ascribe all knowledge to Allah. It was said, on behalf of Allah, yes, there is a slave of ours who knows more than you. Moses said, O my Lord, where is he? Allah said, at the junction of the two seas. Moses said, O my Lord, tell me of a sign whereby I will recognize the place. Amr said to me, Allah said, that place will be where the fish will leave you. Ya'ala said to me, Allah said to Moses, take a dead fish, and your goal will be the place where it will become alive. So Moses took a fish and put it in a basket and said to his boy servant, I don't want to trouble you, except that you should inform me as soon as this fish leaves you. He said to Moses, you have not demanded too much, and that is as mentioned by Allah. And remember, when Moses said to his attendant, 18.60, Yusha bin Nun said did not state that. The Prophet said, while the attendant was in the shade of the rock at a wet place, the fish slipped out, alive, while Moses was sleeping. His attendant said to himself, I will not wake him. But when he woke up, he forgot to tell him the fish slipped out and entered the sea. Allah stopped the flow of the sea, where the fish was, so that its trace looked as if it was made on a rock. Amr, forming a hole with his 2 thumbs and index fingers, said to me, like this, as in its trace was made on a rock. Moses said, we have suffered much fatigue on this journey of ours. This was not narrate by said. Then they returned back and found Al-Qadir. Uthman bin Abi Sulaiman said to me, they found him on a green carpet in the middle of the sea. Al-Qadir was covered with his garment with one end under his feet and the other end under his head. When Moses greeted, he uncovered his face and said astonishingly, is there such a greeting in my land? Who are you? Moses said, I am Moses. Al-Qadir said, are you the Moses of Bani Israel? Moses said, yes. Al-Qadir said, what do you want? Moses said, I came to you so that you may teach me of the truth, which you were taught. Al-Qadir said, is it not sufficient for you that the Torah is in your hands and the divine inspiration comes to you, O Moses? Verily, I have a knowledge that you ought not learn, and you have a knowledge which I ought not learn. At that time a bird took with its beak some water from the sea. Al-Qadir then said, by Allah, my knowledge and your knowledge besides Allah's knowledge is like what this bird has taken with its beak from the sea. Until, when they went on board the boat, 18.71, they found a small boat which used to carry the people from this seaside to the other seaside. The crew recognized Al-Qadir and said, the pious slave of Allah. We said to said, was that Qadir? He said, yes. The boatmen said, we will not get him on board with fare. Al-Qadir scuttled the boat and then plugged the hole with a piece of wood. Moses said, have you scuttled it in order to drown these people? Surely, you have done a dreadful thing. 18.71. Mujahid said. Moses said so protestingly. Al-Qadir said, "Didn't I say that you can have no patience with me?" 18.72. The first inquiry of Moses was done because of forgetfulness. The second caused him to be bound with a stipulation, and the third was done he intentionally. Moses said, "Call me not to account for what I forgot, and be not hard upon me for my affair with you." 18.73. Then they found a boy and Al-Qadir killed him. Ya Allah said, they found boys playing and Al-Qadir got hold of a handsome infidel boy, laid him down and then slew him with knife. Moses said, "Have you killed an innocent soul who has killed nobody?" 18.74. Then they proceeded and found a wall which was on the point of falling down, and Al-Qadir set it up straight, moved his hand thus and said, Al-Qadir raised his hand and the wall became straight. Ya Allah said, "I think said, Al-Qadir touched the wall with his hand and it became straight." Moses said to Al-Qadir, "If you had wished, you could have taken wages for it." Said, "Wages that we might had eaten. And there was a king in furor, ahead of them." 18.79. And there was in front of them. Ibn Abbas recited, "In front of them was a king." It is said on the authority of somebody other than said that the king was Hadad bin Badad. They say that the boy was called Hazur, a king who seized every ship by force. 18.79. So I wish that if that boat passed by him, he would leave it because of its defect, and when they have passed they would repair it and get benefit from it. Some people said that they closed that hole with a bottle, and some said with tar. His parents were believers, and he, the boy, was a non-believer, and we, Qadir, feared lest he would oppress them by obstinate rebellion and disbelief. 18.80. i.e. that their love for him would urge him to follow him in his religion. So we, Qadir, desired that their Lord should change him for them for one better in righteousness and near to mercy. 18-81. This was in reply to Moses saying, "Have you killed an innocent soul?" 18.74. Near to mercy means they will be more merciful to him than they were to the former whom Qadir had killed. Other than Sa'id, said that they were compensated with a girl. Dawood bin Abi Azam said on the authority of more than one that this next child was a girl.
أشهد أن محمد